Your divine masculine wants you to sit the whole day at home and being frustrated because he's not in your life. When you really believe that this is true, I believe that looking for your divine masculine, for your true love, does not feel good. But there is something completely different to this journey in truth. In truth, this journey should feel light and easy, and you should have fun, and you should feel loved.
And joyful about it.
Exactly. And when you would like to know how it really should be, in this video we will exactly share this with you. We will show you what your divine masculine truly desires for you and what he wants you to do, and how you can achieve doing that. So stay tuned. Your divine masculine is the other part of your twin flame union. So at the core you are coming from the same source, from the same consciousness. This means that you as a divine feminine, you express as you express yourself from this consciousness, and your divine masculine does this too. That means everything you experiences in truth he is experiencing. When you are feeling awful about your journey to your true love, to your twin flame, your divine masculine does that too. Even on the outside it does not look like that. Nobody is running around and saying, I have an awful life. No one is doing that. Barely no one. Most of the people are just complaining about stuff that they don't like, but they are not saying, I feel awful. So he will not do that either, even you are experiencing it. And it's important to understand that this is not what your divine masculine desires for you. Your divine masculine desires for you to feel good, feel light and easy, even you are not yet together with him.
Yeah, that you feel fulfilled in your life too, regardless of whether they are still a part of it or not.
Exactly. And as it may take your time to get clear about things, your divine masculine needs this space too.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest issues we divine feminines have, is trusting that whoever is our man is gonna be there for us, and actually give them the room and the space for them to go about their experiences and explore, and get to their own conclusions. I've seen this a lot, both in and out our coaching business with clients, and also with people that I used to know, that we tend to want to control when and how the divine masculine or our masculine partner comes to us, and how we shape and form that relationship, rather than let it unfold naturally.
Yeah.
And so we end up having the opposite effect. Instead of having that room to explore, where the masculine actually feels the juiciest, is where oh, my woman, she kind of she gets me, she allows me to do whatever it is that I need to do, and that feels really good. We actually get you have to do it like this, and we smother the whole relationship. We smother their desire to actually be with us, because they don't like that control, or they like it just as much as we feminines like it, which is, I'm guessing, zero.
And these days the divine masculine is changing, or better said, is coming to his true nature. It differs from the kind of old masculinity, because the divine masculine allows himself to feel and really get clear who he truly is. And it's not the guy who is having no feelings and he's never crying and he's kind of for every problem he has a solution. That's not masculinity. That's just control energy. Control energy is never powerful. So the divine masculine is really coming into his true power, and that may look different to what we are used to, what divine masculinity is.
Coming to realize what feels good to them, rather than this stereotype or this misperception of what the masculine should be, in society too, I guess.
Yeah, and the divine masculine is the shell for the twin flame union, yes, and they need to grow into that. And that may they need time, like you. And now we come to the point what he wants you to do. When he is doing what he is doing, getting clear about himself, learning to be a real divine masculine. What is it about? he decides.
What do men want? Because everyone asks, what do women want? What do men want?
What do men want their women to do, in truth?
Yeah, that's good.
And one of the first things your divine masculine wants you to do is to embrace your authenticity. What does that mean when a divine feminine is embracing her authenticity?
Well, you are, as a person and as a woman, allowing yourself to be who you are and again do what feels good. And this is exactly what the divine masculine is doing, and they know that feels really good. So they want the same for you. They want you to explore like who you are as a feminine, because the truth is that in any relationship there's only balance when there's a masculine polarity or energy and a feminine one, and you both bring a piece to the table. So you both need to know what your piece is, that you can find that sense of harmony and balance in the relationship rather than everything being either on one side or the other. That is really uncomfortable for both of you in truth. So the divine masculine wants to go about doing his thing and getting clear and getting to his conclusions that he desires to be with you, and at the same time he desires for you to get clear on who you are. How do you like to be, not only as a person but also in the relationship? Because otherwise it's like who do you want to be? Do you want to be this controlling, I'm sorry for part of my French, bitch who is like nagging left and right, or do you want to partner up with him? Like, I feel like for men are very important, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like that sense of partnership with their loved ones. It's not just like, oh, I have a girl, I have like a woman, yeah, she's like cooking for me when I come from work, blah blah blah. Like, it's more than that.
Yeah, exactly. This is something very juicy, to have a real partner, and having the real partner in your romantic partner also in every aspect of your life. It's amazing.
Yeah, so you discovering who you like or how you like to be in a relationship, and not just in the relationship to him, but in the relationship with yourself and with life. It's like a key component in actually being able to be cool about the whole experience and let the relationship unfold naturally without, like we said before, like without killing it before it even starts.
Next point is cultivating self-confidence. How are divine feminine cultivating self-confidence?
Well, I feel like that's very much tied in with the first step of having, like, being authentic. It's gonna build trust with yourself.
Yeah, you start knowing who you are, and then you practice to be who you
yeah,
are in the world.
exactly. You translate that into your everyday life, and this is what it's gonna help you build self-confidence. If you have it, great, then you can deepen it, and if you don't have it, you will certainly learn how to practice and integrate that new part into your life.
Yes.
And see, okay, how does it feel to you to go into the world as a feminine and actually feel confident in who you are, in what you like, in what your boundaries are, what
communicating
do you feel,
them.
Yeah, exactly, what's appropriate in a relationship, and you actually communicating that, because I feel like one of the biggest mistakes for a divine feminine is to not communicate her needs and not set boundaries and say no when something feels really inappropriate. And in this new dynamic of relationships called twin flames, which is not really a new concept, this is the old knowing one true love. In this dynamic, when us women become very open and permeable to anything, our divine masculine actually doesn't feel that attractive, doesn't find that attractive at all. It has the opposite effect. So what your divine masculine is asking you right now to do, for you to be able to actually be in a long-term relationship, in a committed long-term relationship, is that you bring the focus on you and you get clear who you are, what feels good, that you feel confident in those things, and then that you can communicate that not only to the world but also in the relationship to them, because divine feminine actually gives the masculine a lot of direction, and we see that in our union. Whenever I fail to bring that direction or be assertive, we both kind of like suffer.
Exactly.
And our whole relationship doesn't feel good, and like the whole thing doesn't feel like we are going anywhere, and that actually creates more upsets and fights and conflict than necessary. So you can totally avoid this. Not that you're not going to have conflict in the relationship, every relationship has it, but you can certainly reduce that by just doing these first two steps, and of course the following ones that we're going to be sharing with you right now.
The shell needs a motor, that the shell can go somewhere.
Yeah, we need, without direction, the masculine doesn't really know what to do, because in truth, we women are the purpose for them to do stuff. They don't really care about doing anything unless they are doing it for their women.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next point is foster independence. And you may ask, why independence?
Yeah, this doesn't mean you are a woman, no need no man. It means that you can come to your own conclusions, that you don't have to be babysitted by your partner, and that you are kind of like this very weak person who doesn't really know anything, or that cannot make any decisions on anything, and it has to do...
And not saying her needs.
Yeah, exactly. It has to do with this sense of direction that the masculine is always asking from the feminine. It's almost kind of like as if he was expecting it. That's part of the deal. That's part of the...
That's the dance.
The inner communication, the subtle communication between the two of you is... The masculine is going to be looking at you for direction. This doesn't mean that he's a pushover and doesn't know what to do. But the divine feminine is the one that holds the bigger vision. And I feel like this is very easily explained. Like our brain functions different too. Women can focus on many things and men can only focus on one. So it's like, okay, you have the bigger picture. You know how everything works, where everything needs to be. You tell him that you communicate that vision, and then he finds a way to focus his energy in the tasks that need to be done. And then he moves the relationship forward. And then you come to this point, and then it's like, okay, sweetie, honey, yes, dear, what is the vision now? Okay, this is the vision. Okay, and so here's where we have to go. And that's exactly how the dynamic works. If you have a lack of all these elements, of that self-confidence, of that independence, and that sense of self, you are not going to be able to direct your masculine to go where it would feel good to you too. Like, you have this vision because it feels good to you, and you know that it's nurturing and it's exactly what the couple needs. It's not just you, I'm gonna ask him to do this because it feels good to me and that's it, and he, well, I don't know, it's just like F him. He's not part of the equation. No, absolutely the opposite. He is so much a part of the relationship as you, and you work as a team.
Exactly. Partners.
Yeah, this is a partnership in truth. Yeah.
The next point and last point, and the point is very important, and it's supporting...
Last but not least.
Yeah, and it's supporting the 3 points we were sharing with you. It's I would like really to say it's very important.
Yeah, you cannot stress this point enough.
I cannot stress it enough. Practice compassion, and first of all, for yourself.
Yeah, we know that it's not a nice experience to be looking for your one true love or your twin flame and not seeing them with you in your life. Like, I know personally how awful that feels to want to share your life with someone and investing maybe in relationships and still not going anywhere and not having people invest back as you do.
And in shows we invest a lot in the dating. When you are dating, you invest a lot. You invest your
so much time,
your money, your tears, your energy the most.
Yeah, and everything that comes with it, because like I remember how frustrating it was to be investing, and I was some 3 years into a relationship that was going nowhere. And of course this was part of my exploration and getting clear exactly what I wanted and what I didn't want. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but you would like to leverage this energy, your resources, the most precious thing that you have right now in your life, to get faster to where you want to go. And we know that it's very uncomfortable to not have your twin flame or your romantic partner with you. And so this is why cultivating this sense of compassion with yourself and with both, and where you are at in your relationship, is extremely important. Because without compassion, you're going to be judging left and right. Why are things not moving faster? Why are you not together? Why you want to have X, Y, and Z, but you still aren't there? Instead of realizing that this new dynamic, because this is a new dynamic in relationships, it's really, really very new, and very few people are talking about it, and how to navigate this dynamic
Truly, how to navigate
in a
it,
constructive way.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna be looking at it as in the old paradigm of relationships, the kind of like soulmate relationship, where you are not both choosing to go in the same direction. So by being compassionate, that you are still working through the process of peeling those layers of what we call separation, is what's gonna help you bring them closer to you. This is why your masculine also is propelling you to focus on this stuff, because the dynamic is different. When you focus on yourself, you attract them more naturally, because they are actually one with you at the core of who you are as a being. So compassion, that you are in that part of the process, that this is where you are in the journey, it goes a very long way actually, and it helps you relax into the process, and it helps you relax into the truth and that certainty that as you keep taking these steps, as you keep applying these tips that we were sharing with you, you will get there. You will get there. It doesn't matter if it's in 3 months, 5 years, or 30. It took me 30 years to find Paco, and I don't regret it. It's amazing. But it does require this particular piece to be in place, because otherwise you're not gonna feel good with where he's at, what he's doing, what you're at, what you're doing. And yeah, like, you should feel good about it, even if you're still not sharing your life with them as much as you would like to yet. And I underline yet.
We would like to share some practices how you can cultivate the points we were sharing with you: authenticity, independence,
self-confidence, and compassion.
The one thing we do is meditation and the mirror exercise. I do the mirror exercise daily. Deborah is doing the mirror exercise daily, and we combine it with meditation. Meditation, what we were doing before we found the mirror
Teachings
exercise.
of union and the mirror exercise,
The mirror exercise is a 4-step tool where you can find blocks in your consciousness and heal it. If you would like to know more about it, please contact us. You can look on our website, twinflamesembrace.com. There you can contact us. You even can book a first ascension coaching, spiritual coaching with us, so you get to know us better. And this way you can bring more peace and compassion into your life. When you meditate, focus on your feelings and heal what does not feel good, maybe with the mirror exercise.
Yeah, it will certainly help you address the feelings that are not feeling good about the relationship, like all this frustration that we're mentioning, among other stuff.
Additionally to that, what Deborah is doing also on a daily basis, journaling and self-reflection.
Yeah, and for us women, it can be very easy to work with words, so don't discard that. Anything that connects you with how you're feeling, it's invited in the process.
Exactly. It can be journaling, painting, going for a walk. And the self-reflection is very important, that you give yourself time and space to reflect how did it felt in the past, doing that, being with this man or that man, how I really felt it. This is self-reflection. Take yourself serious. How did you really felt about it? Write it down, get clear.
Yeah, and be honest, like also how you feel about love. Perhaps you would like to share this with your one true love, and at the same time you don't feel like you can trust love, and so you're going to be pushing them away subconsciously.
And of course, it's important that you don't neglect that you have still a body, even you are maybe on the spiritual journey, or you are learning about spirituality, we still are in a body. That is why it's very important when you maybe remember, I love riding the bike or I love going swimming. Allow yourself that, because without this you are not supporting yourself, also not supporting the path you are on Why you love yoga? Go yoga. Why you love gymnastics? Please do it. Or you love dancing.
Yeah, movement supports you in this processing of your feelings and experiences as you go through them.
Otherwise, you cannot cultivate compassion, because it's compassionate when you respect what you need, also physically speaking.
Yep, absolutely.
And the thing that helped us both the most, to be honest, was receiving guidance and support and help from people who know how to achieve what we desire.
Another point that cannot be stressed enough, because you are gonna have conflicts with your partner. That's a given.
Or with yourself even.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that you have someone that you can turn to and help you regulate the feelings that are going, instead of exploding and just feeling like ending the relationship, because we've seen this too. A lot of people come and go, and that's also not compassionate with either one of you. And it's important to really have a support system that you can turn to when like things are going, like when shit is hitting the fan, basically.
Yeah. Just explore the Twin Flame Universe Facebook group and get to know other people who are on their journey, and get to know the teachings of Yun, and we are speaking a lot in our videos, and get to know us better.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. We would really love to support you. Write us a mail, or just write in the comments. Your point of view is very important for us, so that we can support you on your journey to your divine masculine and a healthy relation and loving relationship with him. All these 3 steps: authenticity, self-confidence, independent, are things that you can practice. Even you might think, maybe you think, I cannot learn that. Yes, you can learn that. You can practice that. You can try the mirror exercise. You can try meditation. Everything, you can really learn that. Deborah and I are on this path too. And like in school, go to school. Don't skip it. Go to school. Go to the most important school in life.
A school for life and relationship, which is basically, and like all there is, everything in your life is a relationship, whether your colleagues at work, your friends, your neighbors, your family, your partner, yourself, everything is a relationship.
And you can do that because you are here, you are watching this video, you would like to change, and you can change. Every person can change, and change, even how scary it may look at first glimpse, brings always something better. Because you change always for the better for yourself. Don't be discouraged when it at the first time doesn't function and you would like to be. It's just a practice. Like when you start cooking, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, maybe you burn the noodles the first time, but if you keep practicing, like, you are gonna get the hang of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So never give up. Next day or the other next day, it will look different.
It's a process. Just give it space. It's a process. It's like nurturing a plant. It will not grow from one day to another.
Exactly.
But you are worth putting all this effort in cultivating this relationship and having your divine masculine come to you, rather than you chasing them, getting nowhere, in a much easier way.
Exactly.
So we hope these tips are very helpful for you. Let us know how they are been working for you, and of course we will love to see you in the next videos.